All right, what's up, everyone? This is a new episode of Sports Anarchy. We are coming to you and recording on this Saturday evening before the NFL Sunday, so that way we can be able to get our picks in for the week and be able to update everyone on what's going on. As always, I am your host, Maddie Lukewarm Ice, and my co-host, as always, is Chris the Gorilla Binder.
What's up, guys?
What's up? So if we have any coughing fits or struggles to live, it's okay. Chris is all right. He will survive. He will make it. But don't
I'll
panic
try.
if you're watching it.
I'm almost times coughing today. Cough so hard I black out. It's fun.
So we'll try to make it a short episode, make it quick, so that way he can go back and recover and get his old body going again. We know how it is with us old farts, so it's all
Yeah,
right.
it really sucks. Everything just breaks. This is from having kids, so
Yeah, there you go. Same here. Yeah. Alrighty. Well, to start off, we said that we were gonna go over. Well, we'll start with the Thursday night football game because that is the most recent thing that has happened. So the Thursday night football game was between the Buffalo Bills and the Miami Dolphins. Buffalo Bills hand Miami their third loss. Buffalo is still undefeated, but it seems like it was a struggle for the Bills defense until they got the turnover at the end. That was about the only time that they looked pretty comfortable. So, how much of a panic button are we hitting on the Miami Dolphins now being 0-3?
dude, they scored 21. They were tied with the Bills at 21, and Tua had 105 passing yards. 105. Like that? No. Like what? It doesn't make sense to me. Like, first off, like the Dolphins they're hot garbage. They're a lot worse than I expected them to be. I didn't expect them to be this bad. I will call out like Thursday Night Football crew, like those guys on Amazon. They kind of screwed up. Like, I don't know if you saw that or not, but Tyreek Hill, literally like 30 seconds after he scored his touchdown, they're like calling him out for his being investigated for abuse.
Domestic
Like,
violence.
would you
Yeah.
do that right after his touchdown? Like, dude, you had 3.5 quarters before that. Like, what is your problem?
Well, even so, the timing, I think more so, don't bring it up at all. Like it's not. What was the
It's not
commentator
pertinent.
supposed to say after that? Yeah, like the all he could say was like, "Oh yeah, Tyreek Hill has always had off-field issues or whatever," and it's just like, yeah. So like, I don't know. It just seemed very uncomfortable to bring it up and just be like, "Oh yeah, this is happening, by the way." Like.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree with you. It was really out of the blue and not needed, to be honest. Like, not to take domestic violence lightly, but I'm just saying it wasn't needed in the game. Like that's just outside of the game of what's happening. So,
Exactly.
um, but yeah, I agree. I think speaking of Tyreek Hill, is the Dolphins have had to come out and publicly say at least two or three times now that they are not taking phone calls on Tyreek Hill to trade him. But now they're 0-3. Do you think they might take it more seriously if teams contact him? Maybe the Bills are a top team, the Chargers, maybe the Chiefs again. Like, do you think they start taking it more seriously now that they're 0-3?
No, he's a criminal. He'll go to the Raiders.
Or the
Well, it's
Cowboys,
coming from a Raiders fan, guys. So no, I don't know if they'll still take it seriously. I think they're seriously looking at Mike McDaniel though, and Tua. And is it time to bench Tua? Is it time to maybe look at, is it Mike McDaniel's end for the Dolphins? Like,
Oh, he's
yeah,
he's toast at this point. Like he's gonna be gone before the end of the year. I guarantee it.
I'd be
Like he
surprised
will
if
be
he's
gone.
not gone next week.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's that bad when it comes to that because they had their players only meeting after week one, and JJ Watt came out and said, if you ever have a players meeting, Like that's never good. Like your job is at risk when they have a players only meeting.
Well, that's what happened with the Raiders. Like when I think it was not last not last year, the year before, they had that players only meeting. Max Crosby called it out. Like they did a players only meeting, and like 2 weeks later, Josh McDaniels was fired.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So I don't think it'll be long before he's probably gone. But I think they should hit the reset button in my opinion and trade Tyreek. Yes, they can let go of McDaniels and then I mean obviously I think you keep Tua as the starter, but the new coach will have to pick who he wants, obviously, like, going forward. But
Yeah,
I think you get rid of Tyreek. You've already gotten rid of like Jalen Ramsey and all these other people that didn't want to be there. I think you just hit the hard reset and go for next year, you know, in the draft, in my opinion. But um, we'll see what they end up deciding to do.
they're gonna get Arch Manning.
Speaking of Arch Manning, he has been downgraded as like the top prospect. ESPN posted that now the South Carolina quarterback is the number one prospect for the NFL right now. I feel bad for Arch Manning because it's just like it's not his fault; it's his name, So there was a lot of hype there. I think he could still turn it around. Again, I don't think he's like done anything horrible. It's just he was playing the number one team and the number one defense the opening season. Like this is the opening game. Like that's hard to start off. Like he needed a little bit more momentum before he started playing someone like that. So
Yeah,
if they make the playoffs and they have to play one of those tough teams again, then we'll see what he's made of, in my opinion. I don't think you can judge it off of like the first week of the college football, but
yeah. I think he's got potential. I mean, the kid looked amazing in high school. And the couple times he came in for Quinn Ewers last year, like he wasn't terrible. He wasn't anything jaw dropping, but he wasn't terrible. But I did want to bounce back really quick to the Bills Dolphins game.
yeah.
Um, Josh Allen, there's a video of something that he did that's actually been banned in the NFL. And I'm wondering, I'm not seeing anything. I've looked it up. I don't see anything where he's being fined for it or he's being like reprimanded for it. He
Yeah.
stood up, like he went it like he rushed the ball. He only got a couple yards, but he stood up and he did the whole finger gun at one of the players, one of the Dolphins players.
Oh,
Yeah, there's like a bunch of videos of it, and it's like, why is he not being fined? Like this, we
yeah.
can't have this like favoritism. I get Josh Allen's the golden boy of the NFL right now, but can't have that favoritism. Like, can't let him get away with it.
Yeah, because then, yeah, that's I definitely agree 110%, especially with some of the videos you see. Like I saw one the other day where he when they were playing the Ravens and he like checked the ball down to like Cook and Cook like ran it for like 80 yards or something like that. He got
Yeah.
tackled at like the 5. And then Chris Collinsworth is like, "Oh my gosh, that was all Josh Allen." And everyone's like, are you kidding me? He just checked the ball down to him, like, and James Cook was the one who ran it and made
James
like
Cook,
everyone miss. Like,
didn't he
it's
run like
just,
60 yards after contact?
yeah, exactly. So
After
I'm like,
first contact.
and there's people, there's Bills fans that are like, oh, well, he said that because Josh Allen like changed the play. Like there was the play that was going to happen, and then he saw the blitz coming, and so he changed it to that check down to James Cook, and I'm like, you can't just be that biased like you just said for Josh Allen just because he was the MVP last year to be like, oh my gosh, that was all Josh Allen. Like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing, Chris Collinsworth? Like him, and he does that with like a lot of players. Chris Collinsworth, he's very biased for certain players that he just talks up all the time, no matter what they do. So
Yeah, which is funny because he actually played defensive back when he
like
played.
wide receiver, he played
I
wide
thought he was,
receiver for the
thought he was
Bengals.
defensive back.
Yeah.
He was a receiver. Okay. Well, I mean, he wasn't that good.
Which
Why are
is
we?
why I always think it's funny whenever like a wide receiver drops like an easy pass or something. He's always just like, "Oh man, you got to make that catch. Like it's super easy. Like what is he doing?" And I'm like, "Dude, you weren't that great in the NFL. Like how are you criticizing people now? Like you got to be kidding me right now." But he was on the team that went to the Bengals team that went to the Super Bowl and lost to the 49ers, I believe it was. He
Yeah,
was on
with
that team.
Boomer Esiason.
So I just think it's funny that he thinks he was just this like
Yeah.
amazing wide receiver and he can criticize the wide receivers when they're playing, you know?
So Super Bowl, uh, let's see, 16, Super Bowl 23. He was in both of those, and both of them has a drop attributed to him. That was a potential game time pass in 16 and a crucial drop that likely would have given the Bengals a lead in a close game in Super Bowl 23. So he had
Man.
drops in big games. Like I was looking up like how many drops he had in his career.
Oh, okay.
And those two are the first two that popped up. He played 8 seasons, which I mean that's more than I've ever like even thought about playing. But I
Yeah.
mean I'll give him props. Like cool, dude. You played in the NFL, but you were a bottom rung character in the NFL. Like you were not a top player. Sorry,
Yeah, top tier.
you weren't even considered a top 10 receiver when you played.
That yeah, that is true. Um so anything else that we missed or should cover that you wanted to cover with the Thursday night game?
Uh, just one thing, it was really funny. It's not really the game, but I pulled up this. It was this guy. He does his own fantasy thing, and he puts like random like losses and like losing points and adding points and everything. Like if a quarterback gets a tackle, that quarterback gets an extra 100 points.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
One of the ones he did is if a player on your team does a backflip after a touchdown, they lose 50 points.
No way.
The guy
No
that was
way.
the guy that had Tyreek Hill was
Yeah.
winning by 48 points, and he lost the freaking game, or he lost it. No, it wasn't that one. So no, he is down by 48 points, like going into it,
Yeah, yeah.
because Tyreek Hill got his touchdown, and he had another player that got some yards and stuff, but he's down 48 points right off the bat
Just
because
because
of
of the
that,
backflip, yeah.
because of the backflip. Oh,
That's
that was
crazy.
hilarious,
Dude is cooked from the beginning. He has like no
right?
chance of like coming back.
Going into Sunday, you're negative 48 points. Like, how did that happen?
Oh man. Alrighty, well, let's get into our season awards that we were gonna go over. So we always go over every year. We go over like rookie of the year, offensive rookie of the year, defensive rookie of the year, comeback player of the year, MVP. So we can start off with we'll start off with the rookies. So rookie offensive player of the year, who we think is going to win that this year. Um, some some interesting rookies that I'm kind of thinking off the top of my head already, but I probably wouldn't have said this unless some games have already been played. But I feel like the Bucks wide receiver, is it Ubaka? Can't
Yeah,
remember.
Ibaka or whatever. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he was the Buckeyes wide receiver, Ohio State, and then he got drafted by the Bucks. Um, I'm trying to load up the ESPN right now, right here, but it's taking like forever to load up.
Right.
Let's see, NFL.
So I'll throw mine out there. Uh, if the Raiders can actually like have an offensive line that does something, Ashton Genty will be the hands down. Like, but the offensive line's got to give him some space to run the damn ball. But because of that, I don't trust the offensive line. I don't think he's going to be even in the running. I think the guy that's actually most likely going to get the rookie of the year because he's been amazing on a shit team is that Tet McMillan, who's the wide receiver for the Panthers. Dude, that kid's got some game.
Egg Egbuka, I guess is how you would
Luka.
say it. Egbuka. I would say him or the number one overall pick, Cam Ward. He's been doing good for the Titans. He hasn't looked awful. He's just on a bad team.
Yeah.
Um, so I think one of those two would probably are probably going to win offensive rookie of the year, in my
And see,
opinion.
I would think either Cam Ward or Tet McMillan. I can't say his name. I think it's Tetaroa, something like that. McMillan. But I mean, like watching that guy, like he's balling out.
Yeah,
He's given Bryce somebody to throw to finally.
a viable option. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so defensive rookie of the year. I'm actually blanking. I'm trying to think who was like some of the top defensive people that got drafted this year. So I feel like it was
There's
more
only one
offense.
option. See, it's the edge rusher for the Falcons that they drafted, Jalen Walker. Like
Oh yeah, that's the only
that
one.
dude's a beast. That dude's scary. Like, I mean, he looks like he's been playing in the league for like 4 years already. He's making linemen look silly.
I was trying to see again if it would show here. No, it's not gonna show me. I'd have to like specifically look it up. Uh, let's see.
Let's see.
Oh, Abdul Carter. I forgot he got drafted by the Giants. I don't know how well he's been doing so
Oh,
far.
you know
Travis
what?
Hunter too. I guess he could be considered like a defensive player.
They're using him more for offense, so he's not going to really have that big of a impact on defense. I don't think defensive rookie of the year would go to him.
I feel like the pass interference call that he got called that was called on him um during the Bengals game wasn't really warranted. I don't think he really did pass interference. It seems like a good play to me, but it's kind of his first spotlight of being like, okay, like we needed you to make a big play on defense, but then you got pass interference called on you, you know. Um,
Mhm.
but yeah, I don't really see anybody even in the first round that like stands out to me that would be like you know a a good defensive player of the year. I don't know.
Yeah,
Um,
I was actually thinking Jalen Walker, but then I was like, yeah, he looked really great on tape and everything, but looking at his stats, and his stats are garbage. He's had five ta- he's had five total tackles and only one sack in 2 games. But I mean, his one sack did come against JJ, whatever his name is, the Vikings.
hmm I
I
don't
can't
know.
remember his name. The
Yeah,
quarterback for the Vikings that they benched.
I was gonna pull up the Giants here and take a look and see like Abdul Carter, see like what his stats have been. Because I mean, let's see here. Oh, here we go. Abdul Carter.
Oh, another one that might actually just kind of turn some heads for rookie of the year for offense, Matthew Golden. He's a new receiver for the Packers. That
Yeah.
kid's got some wheels on him.
Yeah, he only has two solo tackles, Abdul Carter, and like half a sack. So maybe not as much, but we'll still see, I guess. It's got time.
Yeah, I mean, there's not really anybody that stood out like heavy for defense. Like,
All
that's
right.
terrible.
So we'll go with comeback player of the year, who we think will be for that spot. Um Trying to think of the major people that were like injured last year, that could be considered like comeback player of the year. You
I'm gonna
got
tell you
someone
who
already?
I do. Carson Wentz, because
Carson Wentz, huh?
He's starting in. He's starting this week for
Yeah.
Minnesota, and he is. I think he's going to step up just like Sam Darnold did, and it's going to be a whole revival for him. And he's going to just be. He's going to blow shit out of the water because he actually has good receivers. You know, he's got a solid offensive line. I think it's not coming back from an injury, but it's coming back
Yeah.
from being a starter, and now he's on his sixth team in 6 years. Like I think he's finally going to step up, and you know he's got a good offensive scheme around him. You know, it's something that will help him as long as he doesn't do the stupid backwards pass that you do with the Colts. But no,
Right.
I think he's got a good chance at comeback player of the year if he plays well.
Mm, fair enough. Um, I don't know if it would really count, and this is kind of just like a personal shout out, I guess, for myself because of the Rams. But Blake Corum, he broke his forearm last year for us, and he was like Kyron Williams wasn't doing anything against Tennessee, and they put him in the game, and he kind of revived our run game. Like he was, and he got his first NFL rushing touchdown against the Titans. And I think McVay is finally going to do like a kind of 1-2 punch of like whoever has the hot hand is going to go in, you know, instead of just using Kyron Williams as like the workhorse. So I don't know if it counts, but I kind of feel like that I just wanted to shine some light on him that I think his name is going to be coming up a lot more.
Yeah,
Let's see. And so the big ones now we'll do offensive rookie of the year.
you already did that.
No, we did rookie offensive. Like they have an offensive player of the year
Yeah,
award
you
just
said
for
offensive
anybody.
rookie of the year. We already did rookie of the year.
Oh,
Offensive player of the year.
my bad. My bad. My bad.
I was like, wait, we already did rookies.
Yeah, offensive player of the year. There we go.
Hmm. That one's kind of tough because it typically goes to like a running back or a receiver.
Yeah,
You know, because they're not in the hunt for the MVP because, you know, MVPs are quarterbacks
quarterback driven. Yeah.
99% of the damn time, which
Yeah.
doesn't make sense, but it is what it is. Um, I don't know. I could see, I don't know. I would say Jamar Chase, but with Joe Burrow out for 3 months, I think that's going to hurt his chances a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'll pass this one to you first.
It's like I defer. I defer.
Mhm.
um, I'm leaning towards Barkley to win it again, to be honest. Like if he stays healthy, I could see Saquon winning it back to back. In my opinion, I think he should have won MVP last year, obviously, like you said, but it's a quarterback driven league. But I could see him winning it again if he stays healthy. Um, Jamar was on the top of my head as well too, like you were saying, but with Burrow being out, it kind of took my opinion down a little bit on if he could get it or not. Um,
I'd love to see Justin Jefferson get it.
yeah, that
I would love to see him get it. That dude has proven himself time and time again with how many different quarterbacks at this point?
yeah, I was gonna say that's kind of the highlight of his why he's a top tier wide receiver is because he hasn't had a consistent quarterback and he's always put up numbers and he's always put up like insane catches. So I agree with Justin Jefferson as well. It'd be nice to see him win it one of these times.
But yeah, I can agree with you though. I think if Saquon stays healthy, it's his because people just don't have an answer for him. And that's weird. He's like what, 27, 28 now? So he's on like the tail end of a running back's lifetime or
Yeah.
lane basically. So he's on the tail end of it and he's still running like he was like 21. I guess like the 5 years being injured in New York helped him because it didn't put all that wear and tear on him.
Right. All right. So then, defensive player of the year.
Max
I'm gonna say
Crosby.
rookie this time.
Max Crosby.
Of course, of course.
Name, name, name somebody better than him.
I mean, I used to be able to say Aaron Donald, but I can't say that anymore.
Yeah. People will say, oh, TJ Watt. Oh, Miles Garrett. Name another player that is in for 100% of the snaps and makes the other team change their offensive game plan because of one person.
Right.
Like they double team Max Crosby more than any other player in the entire league. Max Crosby's the
Yeah.
new Aaron Donald.
Yeah.
Like the man deserved it last year.
They
But
gave it to Miles Garrett, right? Last year.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, garbage. Year before that, he was second place again behind TJ Watt. Like only difference was TJ Watt had like 2 more sacks than he did. But he had way more tackles for loss. He had way more pressures. Like Max Crosby's in his like sixth or seventh year. I know he played 2019, but I'm not sure if he played 2018. I can't remember. But like, I mean, the dude, he set the record for most pressures in a season. He had like 145 pressures in one season. Nobody's ever done that.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
it's
like.
cool, insane.
Yeah, I like the argument. It's a good one. Obviously he's always the top ones. Him and Miles Garrett, I think, are kind of 1, 2. For the best defensive people. At least at their position.
And they both play
Um,
for shitty teams.
right. Yeah. But my dark horse this year and might be like I think I agree Max Crosby could definitely get it, but dark horse I think might or could possibly get it too if he gets like more reps and starts going is Micah Parsons now that he's with the Packers. I and he's getting double teamed a lot now too, now that he's
He
on the
looks
Packers.
happier.
Yeah.
He looked like
Yeah.
he got his step back. Like after that trade, like the first game they put him in, they only put him in for like 20 or 30 snaps. But like, I mean, he looked like Micah Parsons of old.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. I think he might, with the way the Packers are playing, I think he could potentially win it. I think not enough people are talking about it. So, I mean, he won Defensive Rookie of the Year when he played. So, for when
Yeah.
he was with the Cowboys. So, those are kind of my top two. I feel like could definitely get it for sure. Um, all right. So now the coveted, as they call it in the NFL, the MVP. I call it the best quarterback award. But so MVP of the league this year.
Um, my money's on Josh Allen.
Back to back, huh? He wins
I,
it. He
I
wins it
don't
back to back.
I don't think he's going to be the best quarterback in the league, but that's where my money is. I think it's going to overlook people like Baker Mayfield. You know, Baker Mayfield has revived his career. He's
Yeah.
doing great in Tampa. I mean, he's no Tom Brady, but he's stepped up. He's shown himself to be a valuable starting quarterback. But it's going to overlook people like Matt Stafford. Matt Stafford's going to throw for 4,500 yards this year. I mean, he's got Devontae Adams and Puka Nakua. Like, he's going to bomb that ball out pretty well, but it's going to be overlooked by Josh Allen
Yeah.
because of the Bills, and he's on everybody's nuts right now.
It's factual fact. And it's because he runs the ball too, and it's one of those things where like Lamar Jackson, is always up there too. So um
I'll caveat that with I think he'll get it, but I don't think he'll deserve it. I think it'll be another
okay.
one of those that's like basically like should have gone to this person, but it went to Josh Allen anyway.
I feel like the way the season has been going so far, I agree with you. Probably Josh Allen would get it. Like you said, as much as everyone is like all about him right now, that like he literally can't do anything wrong. But I don't know. I always think of Lamar too because I thought Lamar should have won it last year because he had a better season than he did when he won the MVP, but then he didn't win it again, and it's just like that makes no sense. How can you play better than when you won the MVP and still not win it? you know.
And he played better than Josh Allen did.
Yeah.
He had more yards, he had more touchdowns, less interceptions, like more rushing yards. He played better than Josh Allen did, and he didn't get it.
Another dark horse again, your wife's gonna love me, but I think a Jordan Love could be thrown in there possibly based on record. Again, not necessarily that maybe he put up like the best stats or anything, but if the Packers go like, 15-1 or however many games they play this season, okay, 15-2, then like I could see him in conversation with it if if the team gets the good stats and they continue doing, maybe if they get like the number one seed, and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So, um, but that would probably be my top three that I could think of right now would be Josh Allen, Lamar, and maybe Jordan Love would be like my top three probably in the running for it. I would love to see Stafford get in the running for it, just, because this is probably his last season, I would assume. So it'd be nice to see him go out on top with an MVP would be cool, but I doubt very much that that will happen.
No, he's gonna get overlooked. He has the guy has been consistent his entire career. He's like I think he's, like, in the top 10 for passing yards of all time.
Yeah, the Tennessee game he reached 60,000. So
That's
he's at
insane.
60,000. Yeah. So he's just under, I think, like Rodgers, I think, and Aaron is still playing, so that's why it makes it hard for him to be able to catch him. But
Yeah, but if
um
Aaron plays like he did last week, oh my god. Oh, it's terrible.
terrible, terrible. Um, so yeah, I think that's all the awards that they give. I think we covered all the big ones that I can think
It's a
of.
Walter Payton Man of the Year too, but, that one's more of, like, who does the most for their community, and I don't really know. Probably go to Dak Prescott again,
He does do a
or
lot.
Russell Wilson because he always does a lot wherever he's at.
Yeah, that's true as well. Um, Alrighty, cool. So yeah, that pretty much covers that aspect of it. So um, now we can move on to our top five, bottom five, and then we can do our picks of the week, and that will probably sum up most of our stuff, unless we cover like a little bit of like baseball with the postseason coming up or something like that. But we'll probably wrap it up with just those two segments, and then we'll probably at our reaching point at that time. Um, so top five, bottom five. Let's start with the bottom five. I always like starting with the bottom five. Just that way it builds up some anticipation for who the top teams are. We missed last week being able to do our top five, bottom five, so now we have a little bit of wiggle room of like a couple more games in there to be able to kind of base it off a record and how teams have been looking. Um, so I'm gonna throw the ball into your court and have you start us off with it.
All right. Well, my bottom 5 has severely changed because the Colts made me kinda eat dirt.
Woo!
I don't know
The
where the hell that came from. Like,
Indiana Jones is what they're calling him now. Indiana
yeah, they're
Jones.
insane. Like, they don't even have a good team. They have a good offensive line. I'll give them that. They have one of the best offensive lines in the NFL. I'll give them that. But everything else, like, dude, they're just they broke the record of 10 straight drives, 2 games without a punt. Like, how crazy with Daniel Jones leading them. 10 straight drives without a punt. Every drive they scored. They didn't
they
even turn the ball over. It was
they
every
base
drive.
Yeah, yeah. They basically just said, you know what, Chris? Screw you. Screw you,
Yeah.
dude. Like we're
Daniel
gonna
Jones
call it
saw
to
this
this.
shit and goes, "Yeah, I'll show this little dude." All right, so bottom teams, um, are we starting with the 5th worst or the absolute worst?
So the fifth worst is like the worst, like the worst of the worst. So number
So number
five is
5
the
is the worst of the
yeah,
worst.
number five is the worst.
Okay. So number 1, I'll throw on there probably the Jets. The
Jets
Jets,
are the worst
they're
of the
they're,
worst.
they're looking okay. They're not the worst of the worst. They're the bottom of the worst. Like they're the fifth worst team in the NFL. That's the way I look at it. Number fourth worst team, Cardinals. Um,
Even though they're like, aren't they like 2-0? Haven't they won both of their games?
I don't know. I thought they were only 1-1, but
No, they're 2-0.
yeah,
They're
but they don't
2-0.
look good. But who have they beat? Who have they honestly beat?
The Saints, and I can't remember who
Worst
they
team in
played
the
week
NFL.
one. Yeah. All right, I'm just saying they're 2-0. They're gonna turn into a Colts situation here if you keep it up, and I don't want that for my division. So stop speaking it into existence.
Then okay, so number three, Browns. Um, they look terrible. They look trash. They brought in Dylan Gabriel. Like they benched Joe Flacco because he had like what he had. They got lucky with the one pass, the touchdown pass that he had. Like that was clearly in the defensive back's hands, and it slipped right through his hand. And the freaking receiver on the Browns caught it in the end zone. He's like, "Oh, hey, that's right to me." Lucky is so lucky. But yeah, the Browns are the third worst. Second worst, I'm gonna put the Saints. I don't put them as the worst team in the NFL because right now, I don't think anybody's worse than the Dolphins.
Yeah, there you go. I agree. I agree with you. So let's sum it up again, just so that way we can have it for like when we do our shorts. So your bottom five was
Jets,
the Jets, the
Cardinals,
the Cardinals, the Browns,
Browns, Saints,
the Saints, and then the Dolphins.
Dolphins.
All right, love it. I agree with you on a lot of that. So I'm gonna say, and I like doing my order this way just because it's just how I see it in my head. I don't know, maybe I'm just like a different like left brain or right brain. I don't know what's it called, for it. But so I'm starting with the worst of the worst. So the worst is the Dolphins, number five. So number five, I'm putting Miami Dolphins. They're 0-3. You can't get any worse than that. They're just awful, just terrible. Um, the fourth, I'm gonna put the Jets. The Jets suck. So, um, and then after the Jets, because those two teams are the easiest ones to say. I would
And
say, like they're really fighting for number one pick next year for sure. Then I would say the Saints. The Saints are the third worst team.
yeah,
Um, these these next two are almost, I don't know. There's a lot of interchangeable that I've seen. Um, I'm actually gonna put the Bears. The Bears have just looked just god awful. Like they've just been so bad, and the I don't know. I don't know just what it is about him, but the coaching, having the new coach hasn't helped. And they got all these people in, and they had all these good draft picks, but they're still just looking terrible. Um, then
the
if
Bears.
the Bears, and then the for number one, I guess you'd say for it worst team. Then I would put, man. I can't say the Giants. I know they're 0-2. It's just like they've been in competitive games. Um,
The Browns have not.
yeah, the Browns and the Panthers, both of them. I'm gonna put the Browns though. I'm gonna put the Browns. So yeah, so to recap then, the fifth worst team, the Dolphins, number four, the Jets, number three, the Saints, number four, the Bears, and then number five, number one, I mean the Browns. So all right. So now we're gonna flip it and we're gonna do the cream of the crop, the best of the best, which is drastically changing from our original picks. At least a good amount of them, when it comes to that. So I will start with the top 5. Number 1 being like the best of the best. So I'm gonna start at number 5. Again, I'm whatever brain, so I'm flipping it. so the fifth best team in the NFL right now. And I Ugh, I'm gonna be biased, and I'm gonna still say my Rams. I'm still gonna say the Rams. I'm gonna say the Rams are there, and the game against the Eagles this week will determine a lot if they're gonna stay there or not in my top 5. But 5, I'm gonna say the Rams. Number 4, I'm gonna say the Chargers. They have been looking good. The defense looks really good. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He scored 20 points
and
only on the
hey,
Raiders.
Hey, we were getting complaints that we haven't been giving enough love to the Chargers, so I'm trying to help our fans out. They they want more love for the Chargers, so number 4 the Chargers. Um, number 3. Uh, let's see. How do I want to go with this? 'Cause I'm trying to think about my top 2 here. Mm, number 3, I'm gonna go the Ravens. I still have faith in them. I still, they kind of choked it against the Bills, but well, actually, no, I can't. I can't do that. Never mind. I can't put the Ravens there because I forgot about the Bills. So sorry. So I'm gonna go number number 3. I'll put the Eagles. Number 2, I'll put the Bills, and number 1, the Packers, because the Packers are the most complete, all-around balanced team right now on offense, on defense. They've shown it. Yeah, they haven't played like a true like contender yet, but I mean they did. I guess some people think the Lions are, but I I think the Lions aren't as good this year as what people are making them out to be. So okay, so to recap, the Rams number 5, number 4 the Chargers, number 3 the Bills, number 2 the Eagles, number 1 the Packers is my top 5.
Yeah. My top 5, I can do this quick. We've got Ravens are number 5, Rams are number 4,
Ooh,
Eagles are number 3, Bills are number 2, Packers are number 1.
there you
So
go.
pretty on point with you, other than like I put the Rams a little higher and I put the Ravens in. Because I think that yeah, they had a tough game. They kind of choked on a dick on against the Bills. They choked on Josh Allen. But
Yeah.
but the next game, dude, they came out balling. They came out hard and they weren't messing around. Like they beat the crap out of the Browns.
Again, it's the Browns. They're like a bottom 5 team though, so
Yeah,
you
but
know
that's an interdivision rivalry, so that's gonna be a little stronger. It's gonna be a little harder.
more competitive, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Alrighty, cool. Well, um, as always, you guys can comment on our YouTube shorts and on our TikToks and let us know what you feel your top 5 are and what your bottom 5 are, and we will discuss them on the next podcast, and we'll kind of compare our picks to your picks and see what you guys think. We weren't able to say the picks that people made before because we had a week in between that we missed, but I promise we'll point them out this upcoming time if you guys post the comments about them. Um, all right, so now it's just moving on to the picks of the week. 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 um,
I
so
do
let's.
I do more, but my throat's messed up right now, so
You just do the picks of the week. um. All right, so let me pull up. Let's pull up my picks here.
And
So
you're
we
winning right
already,
now.
yeah. So right now, yeah, if we do go over the standings, there's the standings.
I've got it. So you are 24-9 on your picks, but that does include the Bills game.
Hmm.
And I'm 20-13.
Woohoo! So as of right now, I am in the lead with the picks, 24-9, not a bad record. So yeah, the first game was the Bills and the Dolphins. And I picked the Bills. I'm assuming you picked the Bills as well for that one.
I did. The thing that this isn't reflecting is our extra points for the lock and the upset.
Yeah,
It doesn't reflect that. So
yeah,
it's all good though.
that is all right. Well, now that we have some standings, we can better records. We can do our upsets and locks uh based on those principles. So first game they start off with on here is the Packers and the Browns. So I'll let you start us off, good sir.
This is my lock. Like
Without
Packers.
fail, every time the first pick that we do, you either do a lock or an upset. Like without fail, every time. Lock,
What do you mean
cha-ching.
it's the number one team versus the fifth worst team in the NFL? Like, really? Like, yeah, that's not even a question. The Packers are gonna roll over the
Love
Browns.
it.
Like, it's not even gonna be a game.
Love it. Yeah, I picked the Packers as well. Like you said, we both have them as our number one, our top team in the NFL. So yeah, I got them. All right. Next one is the Indianapolis Hot Colts versus the Tennessee Titans.
You're up.
So I'm gonna go with the Colts on this one. They're on a roll. I can't pick against them. I got the Colts winning this one. The good old Indiana Jones will keep it going, and the punter will be eating a hot dog on the sideline apparently, because he won't be needed.
Um, I kind of went opposite on that because they are an interdivision rival. They're in the same division. I think this is where the Titans step up, and Cam Ward finally shows why he was the number one pick. I think the Titans actually take this game.
Wow, all right. You're not gonna go with your upset based on the record? I mean, Titans don't have
No,
any
no.
wins. All right. Love it. All right. Next one is the Minnesota Vikings versus the Cincinnati Bengals. Top wide receiver, back up quarterback matchup. You literally have the two best wide receivers in the NFL playing with backup quarterbacks in this game. Um,
Yeah,
so
but
yeah, one of you.
Carson Wentz is a little bit better than Jake Browning. And what sucks is I made this pick and locked it in before Joe Burrow got hurt. It's kind of
Oh.
frustrating. But so I picked the Bengals, and I don't have any confidence in that.
I love it. I love it. He's just like, and I'm screwed. um, I actually went with the Bengals as well on this one. Um, yeah, I think that was before I found out that as well, like you said, that he was going to need surgery. I didn't have any faith in JJ after his first two games. He didn't look that great. So, yeah, I was like, oh, well, Burrow will,
Who,
blow him
who
out of the
called that?
water.
Who called that? Huh? Who
He
called
has
that?
time. He has time. Okay. It's only two games. He has time. Um, so next matchup is the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the New England Patriots. Um, I went with the Pittsburgh Steelers for this one. Um, it'll probably be a close game, but I feel like the Pittsburgh defense will do better against the Patriots. The Patriots kind of haven't found their rhythm yet, unfortunately. So
What do you mean? Mac Jones found his rhythm. Although, is he? I don't think he's the quarterback. Mac Jones is 49ers. Who's the new
Yeah,
quarterback?
Drake
What the
May.
Drake May. Yeah. That kid found some rhythm. Like he actually looks pretty decent. He's not I wouldn't put him as a top 15 quarterback yet, but he looks decent. He's getting the ball out quick. He's accurate. He's good under pressure. He's not running around like Derek Carr, you know. But so I actually picked the Patriots on this because I think their
Oh,
defense has been pretty solid. Like last week, they weren't great against the Raiders, but they actually made some changes and they really stepped up last week. So I think Aaron Rodgers had what, one touchdown, two picks last week.
yeah, he didn't look as good as his first game.
He looked terrible. And I mean, he was running for his life the whole game. And I think the Patriots are going to do the same. They're going to make him run for his life because the Steelers' offensive line is their weakness.
Mm, all right, love it. All right. The big matchup, at least in my opinion, again, I'm a little biased. The Philadelphia Eagles versus the Los Angeles Rams.
I am taking the Rams on this one.
Wow. Woo.
Um, I think the Eagles, they find a way to win, but they don't look as good as they did last year. Like they're off a step. I don't know if
Yeah.
that really makes sense, but they're not as dominant as they were last year. Like Jalen Hurts is off time, has been both games. So the only caveat there is Saquon Barkley. Like their defense is freaking ridiculous. Of course, they have all these top defensive players, but I think the Rams actually start Blake Corum and let him run, and he's gonna run all over the Eagles defense.
I like it. Bold prediction right here on Sports Anarchy. You heard it first. Um, so my obviously I'm well not obvious I guess because I do pick against the Rams if I think they're gonna lose, but I did go with the Rams. I think this game goes one or two ways. Is the only way it's going to go. One way is like you were saying, Saquon runs all over us. Like the two games that he had against us last year, he had over 400 yards rushing. I think it was like 500 even, and he had like four touchdowns. So he either runs all over us and we get massacred, or it's a close game and we win by a field goal. That's the only two ways that I see this going. And because I feel like it's two, well, it is, in our opinion, two top five teams playing against each other.
Yeah,
So I see it going one of those two ways. Um, I feel like we got the linebacker Landman from the Falcons in the offseason. We got, I think his name is Pord or something like that, or Ford or whatever his name is. He's a big interior guy from the Lions to stop the run. So I feel like with having those defensive pieces, we have a better chance at least this year than we did last year. I feel like we've improved in our
yeah.
defense. So yeah, I think it'll be close. I think it'll be a field goal. Off topic a little bit, tush push kind of getting its eye, on the tush push and getting scrutiny for the last game against the Chiefs. A lot of like linemen not lining up, a lot
Or
of false
jumping.
starts. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and the referee on the broadcast literally saying, I hate the tush push. He's like, because you can't see what's going on in the pile. You can't spot the ball anywhere to know where if they got the first down or not because it's just a pile, that you can't see anything. How much longer are we seeing the tush push before it's kind of being going to be taken out because of all the negativity here lately?
It won't be taken out.
It won't be,
It
you
won't.
said?
No, it won't be. They've already voted on it.
I know, but like for
Like
next
it's
year.
I don't think it should be. I don't think it should be a legal play because it's putting players in a dangerous position. Like it can cause injuries. but playing the game could cause injuries, you know?
Yeah.
Um, I don't think it's a sportsmanlike play. I think it's dirty. I think it's one of the worst plays in the NFL, but I don't think it's going to go away because the Eagles have made it, they've perfected it.
I I'm gonna disagree a little bit. I think it's seeing its last leg because once the media starts going against it, that's when like it's gonna go downhill. So I feel like with the media, the commentators saying like it's the worst play, they hate it. Teams have been complaining about the false starting and how it's run. I think we're gonna see the last of it. I don't think it's gonna last. So, but that's my hot take. I think it's
Can
gonna
I
go
just
away.
throw this clear though? Of course, it would be against the Chiefs that they start analyzing it.
You would point that out. You would point that out.
Am I wrong? I'm sorry.
uh,
The only player in the NFL that gets more freaking favoritism than the Chiefs is Josh Allen.
that is true. Yeah, you are correct. All right. So next game is the Tampa Bay Bucks and the New York Giants.
Jets,
Um,
Jets, not Giants.
oh, my bad. Yeah, you're right because the Chiefs are playing the Giants. So yeah, the Tampa Bay Bucks and the New York Jets. Um, So I has my go. So I am gonna go with the Bucks on this one. Now I'm gonna put that as my lock. Cha-ching! Booyah! Lock that in. Baker Mayfield, like you said, he's looking great. He has had two last minute drive comebacks that he's led the team down the field, ice in his veins. But I think it's the Jets. He's not. They're not going to have to worry about that this time. I think they roll him. So Bucks with a lock.
I took the Bucks as well, but one thing that I want to point out is Mike Evans hasn't had his breakout game yet.
He is not, no.
No, he's due for it. Like he'll have 140 yards and one maybe two touchdowns this game.
Nice. That's what I'm talking about. And he's got to get that. He's got to break the record. He's got to break Jerry Rice's record. He's got to start getting those yards, you
Yep.
know? So, all right, perfect. Next game is the Washington Commanders and the Las Vegas Raiders. Raiders. All right, here
I
you
can't do that right now. It hurts. But
go.
um one thing that's a big help is that Jalen is out.
He is. You are
He's
correct.
out. He got injured and he is out. They're having Marcus Mariota start. And Marcus Mariota's record against the Raiders is losing. When he was with the Titans, when he was with Atlanta, we played every team he's been on besides the Raiders.
I was gonna
He
say he was on the
he
Raiders.
was. And he stepped up. He played pretty well for the Raiders. I had a lot of respect for him when he was playing, you know. I mean, he's not a bad quarterback. He's never been a bad quarterback. But is he a top echelon, like elite quarterback? Hell no. Jaden Daniels, probably gonna be. Not gonna lie. That kid's probably gonna win an MVP in the next 5 years. He's he's damn good.
Oh yeah.
Um, for that reason, I took the Raiders. If Jaden Daniels was playing, I would be a little more skeptical about the Raiders winning that game. But you know, with it being Marcus Mariota, it's a wash.
Fair enough. I made this pick before I knew Jane Daniels was gonna be out. So I picked the Commanders, thinking that he was gonna be playing. So with that being said, I probably would have leaned more towards the Raiders with him being out now, but my Yahoo picking has me as the Commanders. So um next
I
game
picked your
is
team. You couldn't pick mine. What the hell?
I said I would have. I would have. Like, but I can't now. I can't now. It's locked in. So now the next game is the Atlanta Falcons and the Carolina Panthers.
You're up, buddy.
No, you picked last, so you're up.
I picked the Raiders last.
Yeah.
This
So now
this
you
pick is
now
yours.
you started now you started off again as the first pick.
No, I started with the Raiders. because you just said you were going to take the Raiders, or you would
Oh,
take the Raiders if you could change it. So it's your pick.
you're right. You're right. Stop
Like,
correcting me.
yeah. Well, the thing is, like, this is a pick that neither one of us really like. We both know we picked the Falcons. Like, we don't even need to discuss this.
This is true. We did. I did pick the Falcons. You are correct, but stop correcting me. I
Say
know I
shit
keep
right.
on making mistakes.
Say shit right.
Alrighty. So the next game then would be the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Houston Texans.
I was really torn about this, and if you look at like the percentages, they're pretty torn about it too.
Yeah.
Like it's really close. Um, Jaguars have actually looked good this year, surprisingly. It's kind of weird. Like, their defense looks really good. You know, I mean, Trevor Lawrence is still mediocre, but Travis Etienne has looked unstoppable, and
Mhm.
it's kind of cool to see. But CJ Stroud, I don't think he's lost to the Jaguars yet, and I think he's going to continue winning. So I took the Texans.
Nice. I actually took the Jaguars, yeah, because I just thought, they had all this momentum against the Bengals. Um, no fault to Trevor Lawrence for some of the passes that he made. His coach is like yelling at him, like, hit him in the chest. And Trevor Lawrence is like, whatever, man. And then literally the next play, Trevor Lawrence, sorry, hits him square in the chest and the dude drops it. I would have turned around instantly, looked at my coach and been like, okay, what do you want me to do then? I did what you said. He still dropped it. Like, what do you want me to do? But like I said, I think they've been looking really well. I think the Texans kind of have no momentum right now, so I'm going with the Jaguars on this one. Um, Next pick is the Los Angeles Chargers versus the Denver Broncos. Um, so I get to start with this one. Like I said, I feel like the Chargers are their top team, so I picked the Chargers. I think they're gonna keep on the momentum. I think like I said, they're looking great on defense. They have one of the top defenses right now within the first couple weeks. Um, they're they don't really have that great of a run game, but Herbert's been looking good. So, yeah, went with the Chargers.
This is my upset. I picked the
Oh,
Broncos. I
upset
hate
alert!
anybody that's been watching us
Upset.
for the last few years. They all know I hate the Broncos. I don't like picking the Broncos, but I think the Broncos defense is going to shut down Justin Herbert.
Be the
And
first
the
time the
Chargers went
Broncos
out.
defense have stepped up.
Well, and the Chargers lost Khalil Mack.
Yeah, that was a gruesome, like,
Yeah, it was
elbow, like,
brutal.
dislocating or whatever you want to call it, like, or broken. Like, yeah, it was
It
brutal.
was gross.
Yeah,
But d- did you hear who they signed to replace him?
I did not.
Cleveland Furl, the Raiders reject. The dude, the dude is garbage. Like he was a number 4 pick and honestly never should have been. That dude should have been in the 3rd round at best. But that's who they got. That's going to hurt their defense not having the pass rush that they've had. They're not going to get as much pressure on Bo Nix. So, I mean, the Broncos offense isn't anything to really like write home about, but their defense really is, and I think they find a way to shut down Justin Herbert.
Fair enough.
So that's
Love
my
it.
upset of the week.
Upset.
I
All
don't get
right,
the
next.
scoring.
What's up?
Well, you did the sign, huh?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I did.
Okay. For some reason, I was
Um,
thinking you didn't.
the next pick is the Seattle Seahawks versus the New Orleans Saints. Um,
Seahawks.
yeah, there you go.
Like,
Easy,
is
easy.
my pick. Seahawks. Like their
So
defense actually looks really good this year. It looks really good.
yeah, I'm definitely taking the Seahawks as well, with the Saints being one of the worst teams. I need Sam Darnold to step it up because I have him on my fantasy football team replacing Jane Daniels. Because with Jane Daniels being hurt, I had to put in someone else. So I need Sam Darnold to ball out against this terrible team. I need it. Like, all right, I'm telling them right now. I will email him. I don't know, send him some, just be like, dude. dude, this is crucial. Like lock in. All right, next pick is the Dallas Cowboys versus the Chicago Bears. The Bears. Um, I have the Bears as one of the worst teams as well, so I picked the Cowboys for this one.
I
I think
picked
the
the Cowboys.
Cowboys barely scraped away against the Giants. I don't think they deserved to win that game. I think the only reason why they did is because they have a freaking insane kicker who like has ice in his veins and he can kick it from like 80 yards probably if he wanted to. So that's the only reason why they won that game. But yeah, going with the Cowboys.
Yeah, isn't Brandon Aubrey the first kicker ever to kick 2 in a season over 63?
Oh, I have no idea.
He
Probably.
he's kicked a 66 and a 65. He did the 65 against the Giants. Like that's just insane. The record stood forever at 63. And then Matt Prater kicked a 64, and then Justin Tucker kicked that 66 a couple of years back. In 66, like he barely made it over the crossbar. Brandon Aubrey, when he kicked a 65, dude, that was in the middle of the freaking crossbars. Like that would have been good for probably 70 at least. Like,
Yeah.
that's insane. That dude has a leg, and he's been their saving grace. But yeah, I picked the Cowboys as well. I don't think the Bears are struggling for sure. Hopefully they put it all together and they beat the Cowboys. But because I hate the Cowboys.
All right. Next pick, two teams that I hate are 2-0, and I don't know how they're 2-0, but the San Francisco 49ers and the Arizona Cardinals.
I put the Cardinals in my bottom 5 because I think their 2 wins are jokes. Dude, they did not play a good team. Sorry. But 49ers have Mac Jones playing because Brock Purdy's still out, I think.
Yeah.
And, Mac Jones, he may not be a great quarterback. But Brock Purdy's really not a great quarterback either. But the 49ers know how to win. That's something they've proven. So I really think they're going to step up and win this game. I don't think the Cardinals have a chance in this game.
All right. Perfect. Uh oh, I was like agreeing. So I had the 49ers in this one. Just because yeah, the Cardinals, like you said, they haven't really played anybody, but um 49ers defense has kind of just been rejuvenated having the defensive coordinator back there that was there during their Super Bowl run. Stala, I think is his name, was it?
Yeah. Nick
Um,
Bosa's been on a tear.
yeah, so unfortunately I hate the 49ers being a Rams fan, but yeah, I think they're gonna win it. Um Next game is the Sunday night game between the Kansas City Chiefs and the New York Giants. Um so I went with the Kansas City Chiefs because the Giants are not good. They've been in competitive games, but Chiefs will at least be able to get this done. At least get a W in the win column. So
The difference between the Chiefs and the Giants is the Chiefs know how to win close games. It's going to be a close game. Just because, Russell Wilson looks good, but even you watch him back when he was younger, he struggled in close games. He always did. Like even the Super Bowl against the Patriots, like he had the opportunity to win the game and threw a pick. Like, why are you throwing the ball at the 1 yard line when you have Marshawn Lynch?
I don't think he made that decision, but yeah.
I would have been like, Pete Carroll, screw you. I'm giving the ball to Marshawn. I'm letting him run this thing in. He's going to run these guys over. Like, but I think the Chiefs get their first win of the season. I think they'll
All
beat the
right.
Giants.
All right, perfect. All right, and then the Monday night game, the Baltimore Ravens versus the Detroit Lions, which should be interesting, because everyone has such high hopes for the Lions, but let you start off.
I think this is the game that's going to separate the men from the boys. Are the Ravens really as good as we think they are, or are they just hype? Are the Lions as shitty as we think they are, or are they actually good? And they
Yeah.
put up a 50 bomb on the Bears. I mean,
Yeah.
the Bears aren't much to look at. The Ravens are a completely different story. And can Jared Goff put it together? Or is he going to Goff it up? So I picked the Ravens because I think they're a better team.
I like it. Yeah, I definitely agree. It'll definitely determine a lot of things. Kind of like I said with the Eagles Rams game. It's going to say a lot after the game is over. So yeah, I think I took the Ravens because I trust more in Lamar than I do Jared Goff. So I
Well,
think
you have
Lamar.
first-hand experience with Jared Goff.
Yeah. So yeah, with that I went with the Ravens, and I feel like they'll get the win. Um, I didn't have any upset picks this week. I picked I picked all like based on what I've already locked in. I can't really say that I had any upset picks, you know. Based off of the records right now, it's kind of hard. Um,
I'll let you take the Rams as an upset because you put them lower than the Eagles.
oh, thank you. I appreciate that. So, I'll take that as an upset pick. The Rams over the Eagles. That's fine with me. I'm because I mean that is still kind of borderline. It's hard to say which team is going to come out on top with that. So I like it.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. Well, that concludes our picks of the week. Picks of the week. Picks of the week. Um, As always, if you disagree or want to put up who you think is going to win, we'll have some of our maybe locks or upsets. Maybe we'll post it as like a video where you can vote on, if you think who's going to win out of those. So, but definitely top five, bottom five. Let us know your thoughts on that, and we'll compare our top five, bottom five to your guys' top five, bottom five, and we'll kind of go from there. Um, Next time, maybe we'll try to go into some baseball with the playoffs coming up. The teams are kind of clinching and getting done, like the Dodgers like clinched today. So we'll kind of go over baseball and get ready for who we think is going to do well this postseason. Um, if you guys ever have fantasy questions, you can ask us that too on any of our platforms. Uh, TikTok is a new platform for us. We're going to start posting videos on TikTok, so definitely check us out on there. Um, we'll be doing our YouTube shorts that we're doing that's new. And we're going to be doing YouTube for like the whole episode. And of course, Spotify will still continue posting our audio on the Spotify channel. So all those things, it's new stuff, new energy, new videos, new stuff. Our one of our
Absolute anarchy.
yeah, one of our YouTube shorts got like 300 views. That's like the most we've ever had like for any of our videos. So, you know, appreciate
Thank you,
getting
guys.
the word out. Yeah, appreciate getting the word out. Let's do hopefully more likes, more subscribes, more sharing, more everything. Word of mouth, get it out. Like let people know Sports Anarchy. That's the place to go where you can interact. If you comment and post, like we will stay on top of those things. We guarantee it every week. We will make sure that we talk about it. So
And it's completely
um
free to you guys.
yep, this is true. We don't charge nothing. It's just two people shooting the breeze. We'll be having some guests hopefully going forward too. We want to get hopefully Frags in here, my friend John who does gaming and streaming. So hopefully he'll be on here. Um, you
Might try
know,
to get America back for an episode or two.
there you go. Yeah, so we'll get some people back in here. We'll get some other perspectives other than just from a Rams fan and a Raiders fan. We'll get some other perspectives from other people. But we try to keep it as biased as possible if we can. We're not Tom Brady up here in the booth, like in the Raiders, uh, I don't know what you want to call it. It wasn't
Coach
like a
booth.
radio booth, but it was like whatever booth he was in for the game.
There's the coach booth.
There you go, coach's booth. So But all right. Well, anything else that we need to cover before we wrap it up?
Just one thing, it's MLB. My Mariners are sitting in the lead, one game up on the Astros for their division. Like they have come out. There was a while they were sitting in the basement, for their division, and I'm happy they're stepping up. And Cal Raleigh hit 56. He's tied Ken Griffey Jr. for the most home runs in Mariners history in a single season. So that was awesome. So yeah, that's all I got.
All right, perfect. Well, we'll wrap it up with the hashtag sports anarchy, hashtag you know podcast, hashtag NFL. Like on TikTok, we'll try to hashtag as much as we can to have you guys like watch and listen. Um, what was the saying that you said? We can use that as a hashtag. What was it you were like saying about anarchy? Like all the anarchy or
Absolute anarchy.
there we go. I love it. Hashtag absolute anarchy. I love it. Hashtag absolute anarchy. Let's go. All right. Well, that wraps it up. Until next time, we will see you guys on the flip side.
Later.
Peace.